How different is the feeling around this building at practice coming off a win than what you guys have felt the last few weeks?
Winning's better than losing, so everybody, feels pretty good about finally getting the W. But as far as the practice preparation, it's been the same for the last couple of weeks. I think you guys heard me talk about it a little bit after the game. Our approach is that every game is its own entity, and it's one-game seasons. And so in our preparation, our focus, our fight, and everything that we do is how we're going to play it week to week, because we don't have very much room for error right now, and I think these guys have bought in to our message, and that the league has a lot of parity in it, and each and every Saturday you got a shot to win and lose, and it's your preparation on and off the field that's going to indicate that. So that's how we've been going about business for the last few weeks, and that's kind of what we'll continue to do.
How important is that consistency? You've talked a lot about consistency,
right,
especially with you guys' message, but through the first 5 weeks, staying consistent, and now staying consistent as you move forward.
Right. You got to be consistent in your approach, and to continue to improve on a day-to-day basis. For instance, the Akron game, we're in the same situation. We've shown that we'll play the game the right way, but we got ahead. We showed the ability to come down back from I don't know what it was it 20-3, 13-3, whatever it was, deficit, tied up, take a lead, and then they answered. And then we had an unforced error, and the game kind of got out of hand. Same situation arose this week. We went up, they answered, we answered back. They answered, we answered back, and then at the end of the ball game, you got the lead, and then you allow them to make the mistake instead of us making it. So we showed growth there. We've got to continue to improve, because Thomas, we could have put the game away. And then we go back and we really look at the play, slowed it down. It's little bitty things. Andrew Clare had a big game, had some great runs, but if it's passed right and he doesn't come in at 45 and he's coming downhill, he sees the cutback lane. And it's just little bitty things at the end of the game, staying true to your technique and staying true to the fundamentals that make the difference in those plays. So we're continuing to harp on those things. Again, we're nowhere near the football team that we will be even this season. But proud of the way the kids are playing. I'm proud of the way that they stuck together and not listened to the outside noise, and stayed focused as a team and believed in their coaching staff.
I want to jump into the process. How important is it? You talk about the process and you see the growth as far as answering a touchdown late in the game.
Right.
But just how important are those little minute things? How impactful could those end up being?
Well, they're huge for this year's football team, because one of our biggest issues, as you guys are all aware, has been confidence and a true belief that the guys on this football team can get it done. Challenged them a little bit this week, and really told them that over the past few weeks I've been really hard and really, on our coaching staff and just putting these guys in the right decisions and making sure that it's okay. We've done a good job at half, but I don't want to do it at half. I want to do it by quarter. I want to do it by series. Let's find a way to get this done and give these guys the best chance to be successful. I thought that through the last few games, even in the Middle Tennessee game, I thought that they did those things. And at the end of the day, players got to make plays, man. Period. I can get on them all I want, and we can go change coaches. We can do all that kind of stuff. At the end of the day, players have to make plays. Challenged them last week, and guys stepped up and made plays, and that's usually when you win games.
But if we could skip process though and go to result for a second, how important was it to get that affirmation of, hey, if we keep doing this, we can win it?
I felt good about it. The whole year. I felt that the plays that had been out there to be made, they haven't. And whether it be, we're a team, we're not going to point any fingers, but you guys watch the games. Really, I know we all got jobs to do and things of that nature, but really go back and watch them. There have been opportunities there. We hadn't taken advantage of them for whatever the reason was. Fortunate, lack of confidence, I don't know. I know it's not a lack of preparation. I know it's not lack of practice. They made them. Hopefully there's that belief and we start to do it on a consistent basis. Because if we do, it'll be very interesting October and November.
How bad, though, did you guys just need to get that feeling of winning, and how much can that help you guys?
Well, it's always good to get a win, kind of like I said earlier. And again, that's the only thing that really breeds that kind of confidence. And being close doesn't do that. And again, we go back to last week's message. You know, we've been competitive. I was proud of the way they competed, and really got upset with myself for even thinking like that. That shouldn't be our mindset. Being competitive is not getting us wins. We have to have a different mindset. It needs to be a dominant mindset. It needs to be that whatever I have to do as an individual, I'm going to do my part to get the job done. And that was the message last week, and I really think that's the way that they played the game. And again, if you play the game that way and you approach it that way, you give yourself an opportunity to catch a break. They don't just happen. And for a majority of the season, you know, early in the third, late in the fourth, we've made the, you know, poor decision, poor play that takes us out of a ball game instead of staying there for 60 minutes. So they've grown, proud of them. Still got a lot of football left to be played.
Is the message this week kind of, you can't be satisfied with one win, and you can't let that be the top of the mountain?
No, not at all. The message this week is it's another season. This is our opponent. We have no room for error. We have to prepare. We have to know our opponent, you know, from a team standpoint, from an individual standpoint, and do the little things that give us an opportunity to win football games. You know, so I thought they did a great job of that last week, and again, I thought they played with max effort. I mean, people talk about the scoop and score from Brandon Harris, but it was Konowaski that was just crawling on all fours, just trying to get the ball. And if any one of those guys would have taken the play off, would have hung their hat, you don't catch that play. So there's a lot that goes into those things. So they're doing those things for us. I feel like our coaching staff has done a great job of not just second half adjustments, but in the last couple of games, quarter and even series adjustments. We'll have to continue to do those things because, again, we're not the team that we will be in the future. You know, we're playing a lot of young kids, and they've got talent, but they're going to make youthful mistakes. There's not a lot of guys on our roster right now other than a punter that you're going to see on NFL rosters in the next year or so. That's a fact. When we were winning it all and we were doing the things we were doing, we got guys on NFL rosters. And you got, you know, the quarterback that, you know, was he was at Cincinnati. He was over in Canada. When Western Michigan went and did what they did, guess what? They got about some first-round draft picks, and they got some guys in the NFL. Toledo last year, right? Great program, right? I think the running backs lead the NFL. I mean, the tight ends in there too, the offensive lineman as well, and the corner. It's amazing how those things make a difference. So we are who we are right now. The kids are playing very hard for us. We will continue to recruit. We will continue to bring in top talent to this university, and we will develop it the right way.
Did I hear you saying the coaches in the coach's call just a few minutes ago, Coach, this team you think is better than last year's team? Did you say that?
There's no doubt. There's no doubt it's a deeper team. And what I mean by that is that we've survived a lot of injuries throughout this year, and we've stayed competitive. To whereas some of those injuries that we had last year were catastrophic, and you were throwing guys out there that were nowhere ready to play. The freshmen that are getting playing time this year are a little bit different. You guys really don't notice that they're freshmen. I mean, we talk about the Matt Wilcoxes, you talk about the Andrew Clares of the world, you talk about the Josh Croslins. They don't play like freshmen because they don't look like freshmen. Those kids that we threw out last year were not, it's not being disrespectful, they're not the same caliber athlete, period. But that's okay. They can be developed. Coach Yates has done a phenomenal job. You look at Cam Jeffries, look at the growth that he's had from year one to year two. Dorian Hutchinson, you know, I mean, a little defensive end. He's coming off and he's helping. At one point last week, there was a play where 7, 44, and 34 all made a play on the outside zone play, and for like a 3-yard gain. Those are 3 freshmen. No, 2 redshirt and 1 true. So, you know, like where we are, a lot of football left to be played. We've got to continue to improve, but we've got an opportunity to have a special season.
About the
was really interesting. I know you explained it to these guys on the last defensive touchdown, but one more time maybe, what you saw, what you were thinking, what you wanted.
Well, what I was thinking, I was visiting with the official down the line, just trying to stay ahead and knowing that, okay, they had just reset the clock to 1:59. They're going to start it with 25 seconds. That'd give us about, if they got in, about 1:30 to go down and make them score, and wanted to make sure that we had our plan in place to go do that. Clicked over real quick to talk to Coach E and said, you got to get across the river. He says, Coach, I got you. And then, you know, once I saw the big boys in the backfield shift, kind of, sometimes as I've been guilty of it, and we tend to do a little bit too much. And luckily, the offensive guard kind of set over the center, and as the quarterback snapped the ball, he moved with it, stepped with him. Ball hits his leg. It's open. Quarterback's reaching out to grab it. Konowalski's crawling around on all fours relentlessly, and he kicks it up, and Brandon scoops and scores. The only thing negative about that play is that he goes down with 1:21. They have one timeout. The game is over. They don't get the ball back. We gave them the ball back with 1:21, and they've got some pretty skill. That big guard is not a bad football player, and you don't want to give him a chance to catch a Hail Mary or anything like that. So again, proud of their effort. We'll use that as a learning experience, but it was definitely a good feeling.
Did you feel like when you were yelling at him to try to get down, like, he can't hear me? I mean, there's just so much noise.
I was so. You go back and you really look at it. The kids were so excited. You know what I mean? And you can't take that from them. But as we grow and we become an older and more mature football team, the hope in the process is that somebody of the 11, maybe not the guy with the ball, kind of just puts their hands down and lets them know, get down, get down. We secure the bag, as they say, and we secure the win. But I understand why it happened in the moment. There was a lot of angst and anxiety built up into that play, and it was a good moment for our football team.
With the way things have gone, and the fact that they're on the doorstep there, it did in your players' minds. It never crept in. Oh God, here we go again. How much did that mean to you that your guys kept fighting in that moment and not let that creep into their mind at that point?
Well, it kind of exemplifies this football team, and we're together and we're one. And we've been through so many of those situations on the wrong side of it, and it's usually been us that have made those mistakes. So, you go back and it started kind of at Michigan State. We've given up a ton of yards this year, and we got to get better. But one thing that we've been consistently doing is playing pretty decent in the red zone. And when that field does shrink, we've been able to come up with turnovers. So I really believe they felt like as long as they had it down, they had a chance to get one.
And what are you looking for from Ohio this weekend?
Ohio was going to be a physical football team, a very well-disciplined football team. Coach Solich is one of the best in the business, and he'll have them prepared. He understands it's a big game for both teams. I think, they kind of, Central Michigan has a good program as well. I wouldn't call it an upset, but I think they're going to be a little bit disappointed coming in after last week's performance, knowing that with Akron and beating us in week 1 and Buffalo and playing good football, that neither one of us can afford to lose this ball game. So it'll be highly contested and should be a great environment. I hear it's going to be high of 82, 3:30 kick. Let's feel the joy.
And is there anything that you're really looking forward to, kind of just keep winning those close games like you did last Saturday?
I don't know that I look forward to it. I mean, I'd like to get to the point to where we build us a juggernaut, and I go out and in the second half I'm playing a bunch of freshmen, and not because I have to, but it's. I mean, again, it's college football, man. It doesn't get any better than that, and we've got a great conference, and we've got 6 games left, and I don't know how everybody feels about it, but each and every week it's going to be like it has been the last couple.
How do you approach your quarterback situation for this week?
Well, really, right now it's you know, not much of a decision. You know, again, we're not going to play or even consider to play Jarrett until he's 100% healthy. Right now, I'd still list him as day to day. Yeah. So, you know, James took snaps this morning, and we'll roll with him.
What would it take to have Jarrett take the field this Saturday?
Jarrett would have to be healthy. You know, when again the kid's got a lot of football left in front of him, we're not going to risk his health for any reason.